who he is.
I hate labels. I'm not a hero because calling yourself a hero makes you a self-apologizing narcissistic autocrat.
This contrast between Hobie's mindset and Miles'
Shout out my goat, man. Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. Hopefully this nigga ain't racist. Let's get into it.
The lesson of the second film is don't let the mask wear you. Spider-Verse loves leaving you with questions, and it does so beautifully. Yep. And after beating my brain senseless, I feel like I finally understand it. All its little subplots and messages. Enough so that I think I can predict what's going to happen in the next movie. Spider-Verse is
okay. If you think you can predict it, I'm gonna bookmark this video. When the movie come out, we gonna come back. If not, I'm not gonna lie, we taking your booty, gang. If you wrong, we coming for you, bro.
All about labels.
And when I mean we, I mean yes, we, me and you watching this video right now. The who I'm pointing at right now, me and you, we taking this man booty, bro. I'm telling you, if he's wrong, we taking it, bro.
A set role to something or someone, which creates expectations. This would go from jobs like being a cop, titles like being a hero, to even the concept of what makes a sandwich a sandwich. The label here, of course, is Spider-Man.
You sure you're even Spider-Man?
Are you? You're not supposed to be Spider-Man!
You don't belong here.
Yo, Miguel was
Miguel
so tight. That nigga was wildin'.
In his mind, the multiverse revolves around Spider-Man-based canon events, staples of wearing the mask.
Chapters that are a part of every Spider story, every time.
Hell, the idea of having to choose responsibility over family and friends and being lonely. All of it started with the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here, Miles.
In this school of thought, these things just happen because they have to for Spider-Man to do the good he does. But do they? This framework is built for the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker, not Miles Morales, not Gwen Stacy, not Hobie Brown. For example, take the death of Uncle Ben. Peter Parker discovers his powers. In most versions of his origin, he uses them selfishly for profit first, and he has the opportunity to stop a robber and help someone. Peter, being initially cocky and self-centered, usually responds with some version of,
I missed the part where that's my problem.
What is y'all favorite portrayal of the Uncle Ben death? I don't know how many times it's been adapted. People talk like it's been adapted like 50,000 times. Live action, it's only happened twice. And TV shows, I think it's only happened, I don't think it's ever happened in a TV show unless I'm misremembering one. I don't think it's ever happened in a TV show where you just see it full on, like the entire origin. So it really hasn't been portrayed that often. Maybe a lot in the comics. But if you had to pick your favorite Uncle Ben death portrayal, which one would you pick and why? For me, if we're keeping it strictly Uncle Ben, I'd say probably Sam Raimi. But if we're going like, if you want to count like figures that would also count as Uncle Ben, like Uncle Aaron's death or Aunt May's death in not Brand New Day, No Way Home, I would pick Aunt May's death and No Way Home. I think that is the best Uncle Ben type death I think I've seen ever. I think it's because it was fresh. It's something that we've never seen before, and I think it was just done beautifully. Like that scene, bro, watch it. Like people over hate, I think, No Way Home way too much now, because it's like they're like, oh, it's just nostalgia bait. That movie, I think, even if you remove that, like there's so much good besides just the fact that this old Spider-Man come back. But it's discussion for another time.
Not my problem.
And that leads to Uncle Ben dying in a situation where Peter's selflessness would have saved him. But that isn't Miles' situation at all. For one, he promises to stop the Collider right after getting his powers, insisting on helping Peter be, and when he does have the Uncle Ben moment with Aaron, Aaron's words aren't "be responsible with these powers you have." He doesn't give Miles any sort of external mantra to carry because he knows Miles has always been well-intentioned and caring at his core, which is why he says,
"You're the best of all of us, Miles. You're on your way. Just keep going."
For Peter being Spider-Man, being humbled because he can't take credit for the mask, and being separate from that identity is needed because it's one of the things that keeps him humble. His traditional virtue is in abstaining from mixing Peter Parker and Spider-Man for that reason. Separating the flaws of himself from the mask of Spider-Man empowers him and elevates the mask to the iconic symbol it's become. For Miles, separating himself from the mask actually disempowers him. It's what Miles goes through the two films to finally realize, and why he breaks the canon tradition of secret identity by deciding to reveal himself to his parents. Let's start by exploring this, and then tie it all into why transcending labels is the lesson Miles is yet to learn. Anyone can wear the mask. From the very first movie, Miles is pushed to be someone he doesn't want to be, with going to Vision's academy and his dad.
It doesn't feel like I have a choice.
Now that anyone can wear the mask thing, that's like one of the quintessential Spider-Man themes. That's the main reason why I'm more of a organic web type of guy, because like I feel like if you do want to play on the theme that anyone could wear the mask, I don't think there's anyone normal that'd be able to create the webs that Peter Parker makes. I'm definitely not the only person who made that take, but if that was like the main take that I'd have that kind of plays contradictory to that theme, it would be that I don't think niggas is that smart. I'm not that smart for sure. Like you know how hard that is to make. Like I don't think a lot of people would have access or have the intelligence to be able to do that, especially in high school. Like I don't know. So that's like the main thing that's like, can anybody really wear the mask for real? And you do gotta be you do gotta be the right character. You don't gotta take it too literal, cause like a criminal could get the powers and like he put that mask on, he killing niggas. But like if you were like in the right state of mind like a Peter Parker, I think it would be harder than the show states,
And with being Spider-Man and Peter A.
You're like me.
I don't want to be.
I don't think you have a choice, kiddo.
One of the reasons
Shout
Jeff
out
is so
Colt right
forceful
there,
of
man.
Miles is because he's afraid that at his core, Miles might turn out bad.
You want to end up like your uncle?
What's wrong with Uncle Aaron? He's a good guy.
Jeff, while believing in Miles' inherent talents and power, fails to believe in his selfishness and sense of responsibility. Jeff makes the same mistake judging Miles as the Spider-Man framework. This conflict is the reason for the rift between Miles and his dad. Jeff feels that he has to make Miles better or fix him from his natural pull towards the Aaron path, whereas Uncle Aaron is always seeing Miles as he is.
Yup.
He fosters the trust in self that guides Miles later on. He believes Miles simply expressing himself truthfully.
There's literally a deleted scene where Miles is talking to Peter B, and then I forget what it is, but Miles is talking about people he wants to save, and like he has like an order. Like there's like a TFS joke that says something similar. Like he has an order of who he wants to save. It's like his mom, Uncle Aaron, I think it's someone else, and then his dad. And like I think because of that like disconnection, like Miles definitely does not like see his dad as close as he saw Uncle Aaron. It's pretty obvious in the movie as well. Like they are really disconnected because of that fact. Let's play the video and let me pull my screen
always
back.
work out, which is why he doesn't try to change him. This creates a safe haven for Miles every time he's overwhelmed. At the school he doesn't want to go to, and again when the Spider people don't believe in him, he goes straight to Aaron.
Yep.
This conflict of Jeff Spider-Man versus Aaron, the real Miles, is actually better captured as a conflict between science and art, or accountability and expression.
Okay.
Science, academia,
Talk
and
to me.
accountability is about correcting equations, making things make sense according to predetermined laws and rules. Art is about authentic expression. For an artist, expressing yourself truthfully through whatever medium you choose is key. Jeff forces Miles to cultivate his scientific intelligence at the gifted school. It's the trait Miles has in common with all the other Spider people. While it's definitely something Miles is strong in, it isn't who he is at his core. Miles is assigned the essay about himself after being caught trying to flunk out. At that moment, he has expectations, the essay to write, and expectations, the art piece to spray paint onto the wall. He chooses to go to Aaron, who gets him to do it. And what's at Aaron's place? A punching bag for martial arts, a record player, abstract prowler arts up on the wall, big ass speakers that blast right out onto the street. Aaron is Miles's
huge
art coach,
speakers that Insomniac would make the worst beat of all time to, bro. I still do not know how we let that slide. Insomniac really does not have a single person of color in that entire studio, bro. It doesn't even have to be a black person. There's no person of color there, bro. Because there is no way you had to play that side quest just for Uncle Aaron to have literally the worst trap beat of all time playing. Y'all know exactly what beat I'm talking about, too. While this video's playing, I'm going to pull it up in case you don't, because... Bro, legitimately the worst beat I ever heard in my goddamn life. And there's no way they let that off.
Also his expression coach. When Miles is spray painting onto the wall, you can hear Aaron tell him,
Now you on your own, Miles. Make mistakes is part of it. Real Miles, no matter how you.
and he only steps in when Miles asks him to. At the end, he affirms Miles.
Miles, I see exactly what you're doing there.
And then, when Jeff comes up, we get this interesting scene.
Then he took on the cop thing. And he's a good guy, just...
Which perfectly mirrors
What's wrong with Uncle Aaron? He's a good guy.
We all make choices in life.
Jeff and
Literally.
Aaron both view each other as just as lost.
Yup.
This to me confirms that their perspectives
This right here. There's no way he actually cooked that beat up. He was like, nah, bro, that shit fire, gang. Like, oh, that's gas. Like, bro, there's no way niggas literally let him walk out the studio with that. No wonder he had to go around the city to find the parts of it, bro. That mixtape was trash. Nigga gave that mixtape off. They then broke it and scattered it across the city, gang. That mixtape was garbage. Come on now.
are competing here.
What are you
This
doing,
duality
bro?
will be even more important in the last two movies.
I know
Okay.
how strong I am now. I'm strong because of you.
As I was getting to before, Miles' inner strength has always come from his family. In Spider-Verse 1, he's coached into becoming Spider-Man all along. When he fights Kingpin, he starts to lose the fight, and he's rejected as Spider-Man, which shakes his sense of self and creates this flicker in his invisibility.
The real Spider-Man couldn't even beat me!
Similar to the scene with Miguel and his glitching, Kingpin does the exact same move on Miles as the killing blow he does on Peter A. To me, this represents the death and ineffectiveness of the Spider-Man mask for Miles.
Get up, Spider-Man! Get up! Come on!
He hears his dad coaching him up onto his feet, and in that moment he says,
I'll always have my family. You ever hear of the shoulder touch?
and it's that same love for his family that charges his Venom Blast earlier when he's tied to the chair, hearing
Yup,
his dad
that
tell him
is
he
true.
loves him.
Look, I know I don't always do what you need me
I love
to do
this
or
scene,
say
by
what
the
you want me
way.
to say, but
What's your favorite
I see
scene from Spider-Verse 1, bro?
spark in you. It's
Let me know.
amazing. It's why I push you, but it's yours. Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great. I love you.
He doesn't tell Miles to do better or to be more or less of anything. Miles' dad finally sees him the way Aaron saw him, and to
Yup.
be seen is to be loved. He says he sees a spark in Miles, which ironically is what activates Miles' spark of electricity too. This defines to us what charges Miles up and gives him strength, the same thing as always, the love and vulnerability of his family. Don't let the mask wear you. Coming into Across the Spider-Verse, Miles has forgotten his strength. The idea that for Spider-Man, family and responsibility are supposed to be mutually exclusive to opposing cakes, the idea that Spider-Man's supposed to choose duty over family has distanced him from his mom and dad. We get the perfect example, the perfect cautionary tale of this with Gwen's dad.
This mask is my badge.
Captain Stacy believes Spider-Woman killed his daughter's best friend. He relentlessly hunts her, and when he comes face to face with his supposed enemy, he's been stuck in his badge, his mask, so long he loses the core of everything. So out of touch with what matters, he puts a gun to his daughter. And to
Yup.
me, this
I literally
perfectly
talked about
parallels
this in my
Miles
Spider-Man video.
coming
Literally saw Spider-Man unmask himself, saw it was his daughter, still up pole, almost shot her, bro.
face to face with the
Crazy
Prowler
work.
in the first movie. When Miles unmasks, Aaron does the same thing, and they both establish that their love for each other is more important than their masks. Gwen doesn't get the same relief here though, but in the time she's gone, her dad does come around. We find out in this pivotal scene what I think the trilogy is revolving around, that Captain Stacy chose to unmask, to shed his badge, because what really matters is his daughter, and in that moment, choosing his
Yup.
role or label over self was a betrayal of everything he cared about. In that moment of acceptance, Gwen has achieved both cakes. She gets
This
to
is great
Spider-Man
analysis.
with the knowledge that her dad knows, understands, and accepts her. Of course, this doesn't fully play out before she leaves, goes to see Miles, and when he's considering opening up to his family,
I mean, my parents. Maybe if I told them.
Don't trust me on that.
she, projecting her dad's awful response onto him, were given multiple clues throughout the movie that both is always possible, that the expectations that come with the label of Spider-Man are bullshit. Peter B is literally Spider-Maning with his wife's knowledge and his baby in his arms. For Miles though, family does more than enable him like the others. As I said, it empowers him. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, consider subbing. Love you guys. Miles living by the standards of what he's supposed to do as Spider-Man is the reason why he's playing catch-up all the time, because the Spot is already on top of this. He spends the first chunk of the film being called a villain of the week and initially lives like one, attempting petty theft to get by. In accepting himself as he is and leaning into his holes, he transcends dimensions and labels at the same time. Instead of supposedly being a villain of the week, he becomes the biggest threat in the multiverse.
A trans-dimensional super being.
So?
While
Literally.
Miles wins by realizing that his family is his strength, he still loses, being punished by the film for not having learned the lesson of labels. Now, who has known this lesson all along? Hobie.
How are you even cooler under your mask?
I was just cool the whole time.
This moment really highlights this to me because of the question Miles asks, how are you cooler under your mask, implies, 1, the persona of Spider-Man Hobie has is especially cool. Miles sees him as a really cool Spider-Man. 2, that the mask is what makes Hobie cool. The label that comes with it, Spider-Man, is where Hobie's sauce comes from. Hobie's response, I was this cool the whole time, implies, 1, I know I'm cool. 2, the mask doesn't make me cool. I'm cool as shit and happen to have a mask on. This completely dispels the assumption that the label of Spider-Man or hero matters to Hobie's sense of self. Hobie doesn't fall into line as another spider person because he's firmly rooted in who he is.
Hate labels. I'm not a hero because calling yourself a hero makes you a self-apologizing narcissistic autocrat.
This contrast between Hobie's mindset and Miles'
Shout out my
mindset
goat,
shines when
man.
we get Hobie's introduction. Spot, who also internalizes this lesson, is on the other side of a barrier in Moonbatten. Miles is trying to break the barrier to stop him. Keep in mind, internally, Miles is still trying to measure up to the spider-manliness he shows off to Gwen, and feels he needs to be included in the Spider Club.
What's it gonna take for Miguel O'Hara to notice Miles Morales? Can turn invisible.
There's just
I have like electric powers.
There aren't
Think
a
about
lot
it.
of slots.
Ah, right.
That's why he's thrown off when he finds out Pav, his junior, got invited before him.
And for the past 6 months...
6? And even he got a watch?
Yeah.
Miles is still trapped within the barrier of the Spider-Man identity or label, whereas internally, Hobie just isn't. Hobie comes in and smashes right through for this reason. This issue is a part of Miles' triumph later. He's fighting off Miguel and the Spider Society. Miles finds out that the people he thought cared for him had neglected to tell him the truth. They had chosen their spider duties, their spider labels, over being open with him.
I was trying so hard to wear this thing the way you would want.
Which breaks his trust.
I didn't know how to tell you.
He doesn't tell his family. The first
This
people
scene was
to
so
love him
heartbreaking,
is
bro.
Spider-Man.
Like, so many people were mad at me in those Spider-Verse videos because how I was coming at Gwen, but like, bro, that scene is heartbreaking, bro. That's the way they did Miles. That whole movie was so heartbreaking, bro. I couldn't, bro. I can't let that slide, gang. That's my dog, bro. Can't let that slide,
He also
bro.
wouldn't know how, but now he sees how bullshit that reasoning was.
Miles, it's for your own good.
Who decides that? I'm not a kid, Gwen.
How wrong lying really is. He belittles the Spider Society.
I did lure hundreds of spider people away from your little clubhouse.
Here, Miles is realizing how his own need to belong, his allegiance to that label, had blinded him from what really mattered. He then uses the two powers unique to him, the Venom Strike and Camouflage, to head back to his family. This is an amazing triumph. It feels like he's fully learned everything, but as we know, that can't be enough. There's still another film left. What could that lesson be? I was frying my brain trying to figure it out until I realized Earth 42 is perfect for Miles.
Who's Spider-Man?
This is a place where Spider-Man means nothing. A place where that label is yet to be defined. The label Miles uses to describe his Aaron is laughed at by Aaron 42.
You be a good guy.
A good guy?
Remember when I said the duality of Jeff and Aaron will be more important later? The Miles we know was always caught in between the pressures to be something else, something better by his father, and the acceptance of self given to him by his uncle. Here, he's faced with a Miles that only has Aaron, that's been taught more than anything to accept himself, and it reflects. Just like Hobie's suit is decked out with his own self-expression, so is Miles 42's. He wears the Jordans, the spray-painted symbol, the braids. He even says his name with a better Spanish accent.
I'm Miles Morales.
How do you define yourself when faced with that? I think the point of all of this is to prove that Miles doesn't need to be Spider-Man or have a seat at someone else's table. Sure, Miles is Spider-Man, but as a character so well fleshed out in these movies, he doesn't need to be. Now, here's my prediction. I think this ending is all a fake out. Just like every new character intro in this film, you expect a douchebag in Hobie and you get the GOAT. You expect a hero in Miguel and get a douchebag. You expect a villain of the week in Spot and get the biggest multiversal threat yet. And now we get Miles 42. And again, we're expected to see a threat, something that goes against everything Spider-Man is supposed to be. But I think the final movie is going to spell out what it's been telling us all along. Miles was always good. Jeff didn't need to fear that Miles might be bad at heart, but believe in him the way Aaron did. Miles 42 won't be evil. He's going to be complex, yeah, but he will have the good things Miles thought he received with the spider bite. This new Ultra Miles will prove that even if anyone, you included, can wear the mask, you don't need it to be great. You just need to be you.
A great video, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think that might be facts too, because in the leak they did show off. I even said it in my leak reaction video. I was kind of confused by it because they showed a lot of young Uncle Aaron as well as young whatever Miles' dad's name is. I'm blanking on his name, but it, like, I was like, that's kind of like they're gonna have a big role in the movie. Obviously the dad would, because like he's like the main person at risk against the Spot, but the fact that like they showing it off quite a bit in that leak, I was like, oh, okay, they're definitely gonna have a big role in this. This video kind of convinced me. I'm not gonna lie, this was a fantastic video, bro. Shout out to Portal to me. I'm about to check out your channel, man. I'm not gonna lie, fantastic video, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Catch y'all in the next one.